Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me again. My name is Wilky and I'm back with a new video. And no, this isn't Battle Right. As you can see on the screen, we're currently taking a look at a game called Gigantic, which is well, I guess a new Moba developed by Motiga. I'm not entirely sure how the name is pronounced. You can see it at the bottom right. And this game is published by Perfect World Entertainment, which is probably a name that some of you guys may be familiar with, as they have published other MMORPGs. And they do also use this, well, at least for me, kind of annoying Arc client to deploy their games, which you may have come across if you played the game Swordsman Online, I think it was called, which is the last time I had this thing installed. And I recently learned, or I think 2 weeks ago, I think the second closed beta weekend launched, where I learned that this game is actually playable. And today we're in the third closed beta weekend. I received notice that the NDA is not there anymore, so I'm free to make a video about this and not having to worry about getting punished, getting striked, or anything else. Anyways, you can see this message that this is a pre-release software, as they currently are in closed beta. So there might be issues, and so far I can tell you, in the 30-ish games I made so far, I only encountered one game-breaking bug so far, which kinda didn't allow me to finish the game. Other than that, besides the queue times that were somehow horrendous, because probably there weren't too many people invited into the closed beta, and the marketing and advertisement seemed to be a bit weak, at least from my opinion. It probably was the reason for these queue times to be that long. Anyways, we're just gonna dive in into the queue. Hopefully it won't take too long, and I'm just gonna explain a couple of the features they have implemented in Gigantic so far. So as you can see, currently there are 16 heroes available. I have 8 of these unlocked. For whatever reason, they decided to not give us every hero in the closed beta. I'm not entirely sure what the thought process behind this is. It seems a bit weird to not have people test every character or every hero, but I mean, other accounts and other people have different heroes unlocked, and you can still unlock them with the in-game currency. So it's a bit weird. I don't fully understand why they would do this, but maybe there's a balancing process behind that, or they are trying to gather intel. I'm not sure. Anyways, what's kinda, I guess, neat about the queue is that you can select up to 5 heroes by ticking this box, which will then put you into the queue, and I'll go into queue right away, which then kind of allows you to, well, I guess, eliminate some of the waiting by selecting more than one hero to which you want to play with. I think this is a good option. The only thing I kind of find weird is that even if you get matched into a game, you pick, or the game picks one of these heroes for you, but you can still switch to other heroes, which I think is kind of weird, because at first glance, it kind of throws away a random combination of heroes that might think it's good because it's a more balanced team or something, but then people can still switch afterwards, which kind of eliminates, and it kind of kills the advantage that gives you by selecting multiple heroes, which the game should be picking one for you then, because in the end you can still pick any other champion you want. I think it's not only limited to the 5. At least it wasn't like that in closed beta 2. But I'm gonna show you as soon as the game kicks in what I mean by that, which is, I mean, this is pretty much something they can fix very soon if they listen to the player feedback. Other than that, it's relatively early for me, so it might take more than 2 to 3 minutes for me to find a game. But they did give us, and by us I mean the people who are in closed beta already, 4 beta keys to invite more people. So this should naturally get more people to play the game, and in that process should minimize or reduce the amount of time you have to spend in the queue. But so far, for me, I usually wait up to 5 minutes in the queue, which isn't certainly fast. But then again, in other games I usually have similar queue times or even longer, so it's nothing out of the unusual. It feels just a bit weird in a closed beta game to have these queue times, but hey. So far we're 2 minutes in. What's good is that you can still, no, you can obviously not go into the tutorial, but You can browse the shop, creatures, and the creature feature, no, that was not really intended, is kind of the unique, or one of the unique selling points of this game, is where you don't have towers or turrets or guardians or phoenixes or whatever, but instead you'll have designated points on the map, which you'll see once we go into the game, on which you can summon like basic creatures, and then if you are to collect enough focus, which is kind of resource you gather through playing, you are then either able to use your ultimate with that focus, or if you so desire, use that focus to upgrade the basic creature. And as you can see, there's the healer creature, which basically throws out a healing beam. Then we have the Cerberus, which is basically an AoE CC pet. Then we have the Mountain Cyclops, which is another CC pet, I think with more HP than the Cerberus, yes. And the Cerberus also has a ranged flame attack. And then you have Drakes, which basically launch Fury AoE around them, or this one shocks the ground. So they basically are either a defensive one or an offensive one. Defensive ones would be obviously like this Bloomer, which is a healer. Oh yeah, and they have like this special ability. They heal, they reveal enemies, they block certain paths, which can be good to space enemies if you want to prevent them from going certain directions. And yeah, this Drake sometimes launches, I guess, like a meteor or something on a certain location. So this is one of the, pardon, this is one of the few, I guess, unique selling points about this game, that it doesn't work with towers or stuff like that, but instead with these creatures, which are kind of dynamic, because at the beginning, every team has a few of them, or these spots where you can summon them. And as the game evolves and passes through, you can obviously destroy the enemy creature, then claim the spot, and then summon your own, and vice versa. So it's kind of struggle between map control and the actual objective. This is a pretty good map, so I will be able to show what I mean. I received Charnock, and if I go to change hero... Oh, yeah. I'm fairly certain I did not mark Uncle Sven, this is this guy here, as one of the 5 I want to be matched with, but still I can pick them. So this is kinda... It kinda makes no sense to put kinda like a selection before the actual game if you can still select stuff afterwards. But hey, we're just gonna stick with Charnock and click ready. So this is where you actually assemble your team, and this is what you're gonna be playing with for the next round. The enemy side is doing the exact same. Now, the actual goal of this game is to destroy, or kill rather, the enemy guardian. And how this works is that you will have some kind of indicators and bars at the top, which I'll take a few seconds before going into the game to explain those. So here you can see the enemy team. We're fighting sort of, well, we only have 2 mirror matches, so it's not actually that bad. So it should be a more or less fun match. And unfortunately, I think that Grizel, my guy at the bottom, is not able to load. And what then happens is the game will kick you out of queue, which makes sense because somebody didn't load in. Other games usually handle it a bit different, where you can reconnect or something like that. It's probably something they could implement or fix, because this is kind of annoying, because you go through the process of waiting in the queue, building a team, then somebody's game crashes during the last loading phase, but the game completely disassembles. So you're not going to be waiting for them to reconnect, but instead, probably within the next 10 seconds, it's going to send us back to the queue, or rather to the main menu, and I'll have to enter. There you go. Player was disconnected, and now I have to go to the queue again. Which is a bit odd, but hey, it's closed beta, so they'll probably alter and fix that in the future. The only issue is it kind of takes a long while before you can actually get into the game, which is kind of annoying and a bit tedious, especially in the closed beta, because this is one of the most crucial parts in the game, because if people are dissatisfied with the beta and the amount of time you have to spend before actually getting a game, which then might only last 10 to 15 minutes, is kind of annoying. I mean, why would you spend half an hour, or right now it's 10 minutes for me, but why would you spend more time waiting than actually playing a game? That's a bit odd, and usually doesn't speak very well for the game. But as I said, this will probably get better as it gets later, at least after, yeah, probably afternoon or evening. The queue times should be significantly lower. As I said, it's not even noon for me. So yeah, this might be the reason why I have to take so much time sitting around in this queue. At least I can, I guess, talk about more of the mechanics. As I mentioned, there's gonna be 2 Guardians. They pretty much work like for Dota guys, like the Tree or Ancient. For League of Legends guys, the Nexus, and for Smite people, I think the Titans they were called. So basically, your target to destroy in order to win the game. And how this works is, once we're in game, as I said, there's a bar at the top that'll indicate a lot of things. But basically, killing enemies, killing creatures, collecting certain orbs will charge up a bar with values. I think right now it's only 10. And as soon as one team hits 100 points of this resource, whatever you want to call it, then your Guardian or the team's Guardian, which has just received 100 points, will incapacitate the enemy Guardian and make them vulnerable for 20 seconds. And what this does is basically it's gonna knock the Guardian down, and then he'll be lying there on the floor, revealing a vital spot, which then is vulnerable for 20 seconds. And then the team has to try and deal as much damage as possible in order to take away a life. Each Guardian starts with 3 lives, so you have to repeat this process at least 3 times. If you are successful to always, I guess, destroy the vital part or take away this 1 life, if you are not able to deal enough damage, the Guardian will recover and still have the same life, but the energy will be lower. It's probably sounding a bit weird, but as we get into the game, I'm able to more clearly explain how this mechanic works, and I think it's pretty cool. As I said, it kind of gives a back and forth. It doesn't really determine or give one team such a huge advantage, whereas the traditional MOBAs, or mainly like Dota and Han, where you rack somebody or destroy their barracks, they are pretty much at a severe disadvantage because they are never able to restore said building. Unlike, for example, Smite or League of Legends, where these, where the Inhibitor or the Phoenixes will respawn after a while, it doesn't happen in Dota or Han. And this is kind of similar to this, that it doesn't instantly, decide the battle if one team or another is actually doing something. So, as I said, I don't even have Margrave unlocked, I think, but I'm just gonna stay with Trip. I never played her, so this is the first time for me. For some, we have certain skins, I'm not sure why. But wait, I can actually take a look at her skills. And there's also a unique feature that kinda allows you to not really skill, but add perks or alter the way skills work. And we're gonna go over that once we're in-game, because unfortunately this is the only way you can actually take a look at these perks. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not sure, this is probably bugged that it doesn't display the skin. I should be yellow now in-game. But hopefully it'll be a matched game where nobody crashes, because this video is already 30 minutes long and there is basically no content at all. So I kind of feel bad just basically filling a void with me rambling on about a game, and hopefully this guy with Imani is going to load, but it doesn't. Oh, he did. I'm not sure what this was. Didn't load for me, but anyways, this is the starting point, which is where you're gonna respawn. At the bottom you can see our 5 skills of specialization, and if I click on these, I'll be shown 2 choices or paths, with then another 2 choices, which basically allow me to customize the way my hero works. As I said, I have no clue about this hero, so hitting a foe on the backside, extra damage. And always crits. Alright, this seems good. I'm just gonna go with this. So we basically have a left click that deals damage, we have a right click throw, okay. Q is our mobility and that kick thingy. Okay, and E makes us invisible. Okay. So I'm more of a stealth type character thingy. Oh wow, I whiffed it pretty badly. You have a dodge mechanic. which kind of... This guy kicks my nuts pretty badly. Which, as you can see on the right, this little circular bar is my stamina. And the bar on the left is my HP, which I'm kind of taking a few hits here. And we don't have a healing creature right now, so I'm just gonna go back, take the time to recoup, and take a look at this skill. Alright, bonus damage. Throw more daggers, can crit. Brick's armor is usually pretty good. What do we have here? Faster stamina regen. This is pretty good. Alright, let's see how this works. There we go. This guy kind of works like Bastion, if you're familiar with Overwatch. Then this is something you recognize. I'm not entirely sure how to gap close with her. Probably like this with the dodging mechanic. This guy's gone. But I want to stand there. We actually have to defend, and as I mentioned before, at the top you can see this yellow bar, which my enemy was unfortunately able to fill up in order to make our guard invulnerable, and I'm dead. And as you can see, these 3 hearts display the amount of lives, or chances I guess, and this bar displays the energy per life. So, which one did we take? Killer Instinct after using Focus. Gonna do this. So what does my ultimate do? Teleport to target foe, stun and damage the foe. Alright. Deals damage from behind. So I'm pretty much like a stealth, sneaky assassin type character. Which means I should probably not go as offensive as I were. And just go ahead and sneak up into enemies. This is one of the places where you can summon creature. I'm gonna summon a healer here in order to give myself and my team some sort of backup. Oh wow. She deals quite a lot of damage in melee actually. This is pretty good. That was a quite good heal. Should be dead nonetheless. I'm gonna stealth my way out. This is not cool. I cannot disrupt him even if I wanted to. There we go. I got the kill. This attack now automatically crits. Movement speed while in this. This sounds good. I'm gonna go for this. I want to use ultimate. Bleeding deals twice the damage. You can form. That's good. I think this is kind of vital. As I said, this is the first time me playing Trip, so this is more or less a learning process for me as well. Not good. Oh wow. That's kind of a delay on this hit. I'm not really good with her, as I said. Wow. I'm not the stealth type of guy, so this is probably not the best display of what you can do with this game. Have to hold. Wow, that deals a lot of damage. Holy crap. Jeez, I just got wrecked, but still. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Oh, well. I still have 4 kills. This is odd. This is really odd. What else can we do? So this is basically how the game works, and as I said, with this back and forth, you can see the map on the right side here, which displays the creature summon and stuff like that. I actually want to kill this guy, but especially not with the healer around. gotta take this down. Certain creatures are kinda not as useful, but a healer at the center position is always really good, I think. Die. Wow. Really? I had a burning, so I probably saw where the numbers popped up. It seems a bit chaotic, which at first it probably is, but once you get used to the pace of the game, it actually isn't that bad. But it's definitely more along the lines, if you played Lands of Chaos Online maybe, this is quite similar. And Smite, not so much. Smite is a lot more, I guess, coordinated and more clear what's actually going on, where this game isn't. But that's not necessarily anything bad. They were camping around because they... Really, we have to defend again? Oh. It's not cool. That means we should actually try to kill somebody. I'm definitely quite squishy. Wow. Feels kind of odd. They were very good at following people when they were stealthed. Not sure why, but hey. That ultimate though, wow. So much burst. Quite scary, to be honest. I'm not sure what these scalings do. Probably just more damage or more hits. What the hell was that? There we go. Launches the target. Not really what I want, but hey. Cracks armor, RMB, LMB. Okay, so if I actually knock somebody or hit somebody with the daggers, left clicking them afterwards will deal more damage. Good to know. This is really odd, this mechanic to stun people. What? Let's take down this guy then. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like Trip, but hey. It seems that my team is not really that happy with their choice of characters either. Well, the enemy, at least this Imani guy, seems pretty good. The Lord Knossos as well. The other ones don't seem that scary, but hey. Go. Kill them, guys! Seriously, that— wow, what the hell was that? That was kind of scary how well this guy survived us. There we go. Oh, hell, that was his ult. Rex armor. Probably should have taken the slow, but hey. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna win this game unless by any luck. I'm not sure. On release, your teleporter short distance. Oh, I can use this defensively now. This is good.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
This sounds quite good. Wow, they have Frosty. Woo! I don't want to be here at all. What the hell is that knockback? Wow. And I whiffed it once again. Got the kill though, and we still have to defend once more. Shit. If we get a kill though, we can stall their respawn timer though. Maybe can I? I'm gonna be dead soon. Oh well. It's not the most balanced game, but at least this match isn't. But keep in mind, as I said, this is closed beta, so there's a lot of people probably never even played a Moba before. And I'm not performing too well either, but it seems like I have kinda currently the best stats in my team. This guy's dead. What the hell, dude? That's so much damage. Jeez. Sir Catter.
I will resurrect you.
The hell, dude? Oh wow, this guy hurts like hell. Got that freaking bleeding, I forgot. No.
Your fight is not over. I will resurrect you.
Fairly annoying. But yeah, as I said, this is sort of like a first look into the game. As I said, the art style might be a bit off-putting. Shit. I whiffed it. I whiffed it so bad. This guy's gonna get healed up. Shit. I think we're losing this now. I'm gonna pop ulti. Or not. Oh well. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Just the way it is. Most kills with 11. Jesus. Wow. Well, the enemies don't really have that much more. Anyways, as I said, there was a lot of rambling and not so much gameplay. And I'm probably, as you can see, this game took 15 minutes. It probably could have taken longer if, you know, we maybe would have put more of a fight. But hey, that's just how it is. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first look into Gigantic. Not so new Moba, I guess. But I assume they said they want to release this game in 2017, I think, first quarter. So maybe 2, 3, 4 months from now. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, gameplay-wise, I haven't encountered any major issues, so this seems actually pretty solid. If they can fix the queue issue by basically getting more people to play, and kinda revamp the picking system and how, you know, game crashes might affect the game, I think this is actually gonna work quite well, and it possibly has a chance to establish quite a player base, I think. But that's just something time will tell, and yeah, I'll probably keep playing this weekend just to see what they have to offer. And yeah, maybe unlock 1 or 2 more heroes depending on the time I spend and depending on the amount of stuff I will receive. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video in general, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about it, and hopefully see you guys next time as well.